Hey, and welcome back to the CanAm Garage. I'm very sorry, guys, that it took me this long to get to, and pardon if we get a little shaky here, but I'm hand holding this just because it'll make it easier in the long run for me. Got into my new home June, July of 2023, and since then slowly been adding this, adding that, arguing, fighting to get my stuff back, which is a long story. If there's interest, I may go into it. If there isn't, well, it is what it is. Regardless, I have been busy. There's been new acquisitions. There has been work on stuff. And the best part that I've got to say is that as of a day or two ago, I found the last things that really kept me from airbrushing on models. I found my Grex airbrush and the airline and my respirator and virtually all the other airbrush tools, which means that shortly I'll get right into it. Pardon the mess, give you a little view around the shop. We'll do a view around the house eventually. What we're doing this for is we're going to go down here to the bottom of this list, the pile. The 68 GTO and the 21 Charger are both ready to go for paint. Everything that could be assembled has been assembled. The parts have been cleaned up, sanded, polished, etc. Putty if necessary. The GTO will be for the Model Car Podcasts group on Facebook. Lynn Geisler had started a vintage tuner build, and I promised. I know I'm not making the timeline, but hey, what are you going to do? That will be a 68 Royal Bobcat GTO. The Charger, which means it's going to be, I want to say azure turquoise or something like that. Might not be the right name. That might be the 69 color. Regardless, 68 color. I will be masking and painting the white stripes. Pardon for the tail that just went through the frame, but that's my cat, Grom. The 2021 Charger is actually going to be a out-of-the-box build. And will technically be a box art build because that it's going to be Cinnamon Stick, which is in transit from Scale Finishes. Yay. Down here on the floor, just because that was a convenient place to put it for the moment, is my 71 Boss 351 Mustang. That one, like the Charger, like the GTO, all ready for paint, primer, and etc. This one will be my first of my planned, how do I put it, rare muscle cars. Now that doesn't necessarily mean there was just one like this, doesn't mean there was 200 like this or 2,000 like this. It's just somewhere in those numbers. Usually the lower the better. I do have the information on my computer. I can look it up to see exactly how many were made in this color. And that's the fun part. The car will be competition orange, like my 2016, which is sitting outside. Also, and fitting into the same category, which is almost ready for paint and primer, is my 21 Ford Bronco. This one will be cyber orange, although it's coming from Scale Finishes, but it's not authentic Ford cyber orange because according to Jameson, he doesn't want to do a tritone, which is what it would be for him to offer it. And House of Colors has a color that he claims to be virtually identical, so we'll see. This one is also in transit, but it's just arrived at Chris Martin's American Post Office box, or will arrive later today. Workshop. Again, pardon the mess. There's stuff here, there, here. Don't forget the cat. Don't forget the Mustang. Don't forget the cousin's house just across the way. But we'll get going here on tools and my setup, and I will show you the view in a minute. Now, of course, Mr. Photogenic has to be in on it now. That there is one of my first scratch building projects. It is a 1993 Ford CT 9000 T-bow 100-foot rear foot ladder, and it's a replica of the first ladder truck used by my hometown of Magog, Quebec's fire department. Yeah, we got a little off topic here. If you can read upside down, F-14 Tomcat, and it's one of their little egg planes from Hasagawa. Yeah, I'm sorry. I recently started listening to the now gone F-14 Tomcast, a podcast, and they got me so fired up about the F-14s again that I'd found this at a local hobby shop, and I said I got to have this regardless because I am a huge fan of the F-14. Got it, started building it because of the Tomcast, and oh boy, it's just getting better and better and better. It's cute. Over in the corner, you'll see the upside down cab from Dave Carey's business. If you need a Ford CT 9000 canopy cab, that'll do it. And finish everything off. Yeah, the compressor does work. The booth does work. It's just not. I've got to organize things. And down underneath, you can see a few of the kits that have been purchased in the past year. Yeah, that's that Scania ain't going to be too long before it gets built. Let me put it that way. Tools, supplies. And now, pardon me, we're going to stand up, or at least I'll get up, and you get the view. There's really, today is not a nice view, but this is December 29th. That is the Bay of Fun Day out there. And it's quite the view normally. Today it's rainy and overcast, and yeah, but you can still. Looking down over that way, you'll see 3 different cabins here. My cousin and his partner run an air bed and breakfast, Raven's Rest Retreat. So if you're in the vicinity of Nova Scotia, the province really isn't that big. You can come rent a room and rent a cabin, not a room, and try out the view for yourself in warmer weather. All right, I said we wouldn't be long. We're not going to be long. That's going to be it. We'll get to updating you. I'll show you all the other kits that I've bought in the past year, and etc., and tell you plans and update you on everything else in the near future. All right, that's it. Till next time, guys.